The priorities of this administration are to make America weak. The priorities of this administration is to promote, instead of our military to keep us safe, to promote priorities such as transgender surgeries, climate dollars that'll go to their friends and their allies on their side of the aisle. Invasion at the border. We've got out-of-control crime. We have out-of-control gas prices, from eggs to construction lumber to everything else in this country. No reductions at all.
You talk about dangerous. Alabama has a murder rate 3 times New York City. Texas is 50% higher. An unstable world? Well, unstable because a Republican minority has refused to be able to support our valiant allies in Ukraine that are fighting for our freedom and their lives. And it's still hung up. I find that appalling and embarrassing. And you should too. Dreaming up non-existing facts, denying reality, and catering to the most extreme members of your congressional folks isn't helping us. It's dividing us. It's making us weaker, and it doesn't have to be that way.
Thank you, Mr. Norman. Now yield 3 minutes to our friend from Oregon, Mr. Blumenauer, for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I appreciate your yeoman effort. I just disagree with the direction, although I appreciate your concern about debt. I'm sorry that we're not focusing on areas where we could cut spending, like ships that don't work and the Navy doesn't want, the abominable situation of military housing. This is a missed opportunity. But the picture that is painted is wildly at variance with reality. The world is actually more stable in terms of what the American has done. We have the strongest economy of any developed country, and that's a fact. Any independent expert will agree with that. Now, part of the problem here is that we don't want to appease the murderous Putin and the outrageous assault on our allies. Now, our economy has been downgraded because you've refused to stand up to a small minority of your members who have pursued policies that are destabilizing. And that's what they're talking about. They're not talking about the economic performance. They're talking about the inability of this Congress to deliver on its responsibilities because you have been held hostage by a small minority of your members. I don't think most of you actually believe in that. I don't think most of you want to sell out Ukraine. I don't think most of you really support that activity. I wait for you to break through, to be able to agree with that, and we can deal with some areas that we agree with. I've talked about military spending, waste in the agricultural sector, things that should be bipartisan. But dreaming up non-existing facts, denying reality, and catering to the most extreme members of your congressional folks isn't helping us. It's dividing us. It's making us weaker, and it doesn't have to be that way. I appreciate your efforts to try and focus on the debt. That's something that I appreciate and we can do something about. But living in this economic fantasy land doesn't advantage it.